That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, you want one quick question?
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Baby, it's your boy Rashad Milligan, man. If you're new to the channel, this is the Road to 5K subs, man. First things first, man. Give it up for Jimmy Atchison coming out today, man. Like, I'm very proud of that video. Y'all make sure, if y'all haven't seen it, watch Jimmy Atchison out right now on the channel. Yeah, and I'm gonna promote it all throughout today's stream and things of that sort. So first things first, we're going back to basketball. I've been out of pocket, out the loop with basketball all week, working on the Jimmy Atchison video and things of that sort in my free time. So with that being said, I have seen a couple things. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. I have seen a couple narratives on the side that have been like kind of buzzing on social media, like those side quests. Like I saw something with Slim. Shout out to Slim, Brittany Sykes and things of that sort. I saw something with her on social media, where it was like a fan tried to come at her in a weird way, and then DDG-Halle, she had a thing with the fans again where she was like, I'm not a dirty player. Y'all try to put this narrative on me, but I just play passionate and give effort on defense. And then I saw the fee thing where apparently it was Dolores on Twitter who said that he feels like Napheesa Collier's getting a bigger push and more attention because she married a white man that got closer to her whiteness, or it was something like that. It was that like centered her closer to whiteness. And then they got to the point where the Minnesota Lynx, like she wore black at a game this week, or it might have been an old funnel, fit pick, but like they just put all black, or it was like always all black or something like that was the caption. Hold on, let me look at it instead of just trying to guess what it is. Just right here. Give me a second. Where we at with it? Yeah. Shout out Prophet. Yeah, it was all black everything with the crown. And yeah, it was just like what they posted in the middle of all of it. And then Fee herself went on Instagram and posted in her story like a collage of her and her husband, and she was like, my man. So I thought that was interesting as well. The Seattle Storm investigation, it comes the same day that Lee, the center from, I believe she's from China. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all gonna get on me. Like I said, I've been out of pocket all week. But apparently back home in China, or it might be Japan, I think it's China, they're upset with her because she decided to skip playing into like the kind of Asian Cup or something, the international competition this year, to stay in America and play in America. They said, okay, if you're going to do that, you better be playing. Like, you better make it worthwhile skipping this thing for us. And since she's not playing, then she's like, trade me to somewhere that will play me. And also, some people like immediately correlated with Lexi Brown because they said apparently like Lexi Brown admitted to bullying her or being tougher on her because she couldn't understand what she was saying and things of that sort. So, a lot going on, bro. A lot going on. Anyways, investigation or non-investigation, we shall see. But we will start with this tweet from Natalie. Shout out to Natalie Esquire. She always gives us some good stuff. She's responding to Annie Costabel. And she said, can you please clarify what's inaccurate? Christina Williams. First of all, man, Christina, we got history. I ain't gonna hold you. We got history. Way back when, I'm talking like, what was this, 2020, 2021? Man, look, boy. So I start, I don't even know if I want to even revisit that. We'll get to it. Christina reported the league is reviewing a complaint from a former Seattle Storm player who alleges an assistant coach directly directed profanity at him. If the W reviewed a complaint, whether it's investigation, whether it's investigation feels semantical. So Annie said, reports that there's an active investigation into the Storm. A source with direct knowledge says that is inaccurate. An allegation was made that a Storm It's the same thing. Fines and suspensions are not expected. All right. Okay, so a coach is getting fined for cussing at a player. I saw someone else that was like, "Come on, y'all smarter than that." First sources, there's currently an investigation being launched into the Seattle Storm coaching staff by the WNBA and league security. A source with knowledge of the situation tells iHeart Sports. It is iHeart Women's Sports. iHeart Women's Sports that the league is reviewing a complaint from a former Seattle Storm player who alleges an assistant coach directed profanity at. Excuse me. All right, what is the but what is it though? Like someone was like, y'all gotta be smarter than that. Y'all think a coach in a grown women's league? But what is it? If it's not that, then what is it? Does anybody have the real? Here's another one. Yeah, investigation is based on a complaint from a former Storm player alleging that assistant coach directed profanity at him. Let me just look up Seattle Storm. Someone else was like, "Are we gonna have a conversation about the Wumake sisters?" I don't know what that was all about. Like what does that mean? I don't know. My first question is this regarding last year's issues with Joel Lloyd or other players, or is this a brand new issue from something that happened in the past week or two? If you can recall, the team did an internal investigation last year. It was not the WNBA itself. So who was the player? It was Joel Lloyd. Joel Lloyd was mad they was cussing at her. What's going on? I'm so confused. I'm not gonna lie to you. This did not help me at all. I thought I would have clarified it from just pulling aside these couple things. I'm more confused than ever. If you just logged on, I'm so sorry, bro. I do not know what's going on with this suspect. It's a lot going on. Early morning Chinese media reported and confirmed by USA Media that a Seattle Storm player, Lee Euro, had requested a trade less than 3 weeks into the season, likely good old-fashioned racism. Oh, that's a heavy assumption. Now the second such investigation in a year. Oh, that's a lot. Shout out to Lee, man. Oh, hold on. I can't be looking at that. That's copyright. League security watching Noel Quinn out from the Seattle Storm office for cussing at the team for missing their free throws. I can't yet. Copyright. Twin. Sue Bird was back in the house. Was this our first game back? No. Sue definitely been back. Dave Portnoy on the Seattle Storm staff. He got jokes. Seattle Storm's coaching staff has been under investigation and still doesn't justify making fun of our women colleagues with the man at that. Right, by the way. I feel like, man, I ain't, man. No. I'm gonna say that. She's thinking up the court, so I'm not obligated to bring this back. That's it. Like, I'm disappointed, bro. Like, this was the thing that I heard about all day. The Seattle Storm thing. I'm curious enough what would need it for the WNBA to assess a fine. Obviously, they'll have to verify the allegations, but I cannot think of a situation where it's okay to cuss at a player and the outcome would be nothing. What? If you just cussing at just regular coaching, like, get across the dang floor, like, I don't know, like, can't make a dang free throw, like, I don't know if that's worthy of a fine. Like, they get on you harder than that. And Pee Wee, Bobby Nice Ghost just entered the chat. Find the players first. Facts, it's okay. It's okay nowhere. What's the standard? I'm confused. What's going on, bro? I mean, welcome to sports. That's bait. They only find the aces. Are you serious? This is supposed to be a top level. Jesus, the WNBA soft. Whatever. I know I said something similar, but the way he said it, I was just there's nothing else. That's it. The thing people have been talking about all day, that was it. Yeah, I'm a bit upset by that. What's up to my boy? What's up to my boy in the chat? DDG and Halle. So before I get into this, let me just say this once again. Jimmy Atchison, new video on my page is now up. I put a lot of time into it. I felt like it's some of my best work yet. Please check it out if you have the time or if you want to. Or if you're tired of this topic, if you are tired of videos like these and topics like these and gossipy and rah, 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 and you just don't care about it to be in people's business that much, but you only clicked on it because you saw that this had a high amount of views, maybe. I don't know. Maybe this has no views. Maybe this has 11 views because everybody's just as tired of it as I am. However, the reason why I'm even doing it in the first place is because I made a video for when Halle came out with her, you know what I'm saying, with her report and things of that sort. And I spoke on DDG a couple times after reading the report, 52 pages, things of that sort, and talking about their whole situation. So now that DDG's come back on the date of their first court hearing and things of that sort, I feel like it's only responsible to speak on it again. So we're going to start off with Derek, DDG's friend, telling the story of the time that DDG was shocked after finding out that Halle Bailey, planted an air tag in his car.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking to this nigga Moo. I go to this nigga Moo crib, right? We talking. Like, you know, we be having, as niggas, you know, you have conversations and you just speak about the shit. This nigga says, like, you know, on your phone, right? Like if something's near and shit, like if like AirPods or something is near, it'll alert you. Dog said he got an alert on his phone for an air tag. He's like, nigga, wait, what the fuck? Found that motherfucker in the whip. Found that bitch. He's like, bro, I fucking found an air tag in my car. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Before we get into the rest of everything, I want to say this. The mic unplugged. I guess that was a sign of like, be careful what you say now. So, but yeah, I want to say this before we get into the meat and potatoes of everything. I don't think it's cool to like joke, make fun of, mock someone who is obviously having mental episodes. Like if someone is, you know what I'm saying, considering unaliving themselves and they keep bringing it up, and that's now been brought to the public, right? I don't know if the response should be, yay, crazy, we won. Like, nobody won in this situation, bro. Nobody wins in this situation. These are two parents who are trying to find a happy medium in co-parenting for their son. And through an ugly breakup. And there's no winner here, bro. Like the kid it's not even 2. The kid is like what, 1.5? There's no winners in this situation, bro. It's just ugly all around. And you know, for Halle, I pray for her just mental stability and everything like that. Her mental health and stuff like that. And for DDG, I pray that, you know, whatever the result is, it's closer, if not what he actually wants in terms of visitation rights to see his son when he wants to see his son, because he obviously loves the boy. And Halle obviously loves the kid too. And she, you know, obviously kind of deals with what she's dealing with, internal battles, a lot of internal battles and things of that sort. So prayers up to both of them. You know, Halle is Mom Connie, things of that sort, you know what I mean? So that is the hometown. Always got to support and things of that sort. Yeah, I just don't think. I think fans are looking. They were kind of looking at this situation as more of a fan fiction thing and entertainment, as opposed to just on a basic level, like what it actually is. Two parents, co-parents, trying to figure out a way to, I don't know, come to a happy medium or a legal medium or the new normal for the child for the next 17 years of its life. That boy is 1.5, like I said, so he's not remembering any of this right now. I say that to mean like for as long as he'll remember for the rest of his life, his parents have never been together. And that's a sad thing, that's a sad thing. And I don't know. I just think people kind of need to remember that. A lot of people are using this as an excuse on both sides. A lot of people are using this as an excuse on both sides to give their have their gender wars, to get their gender war like narratives off and things of that sort. Like they just want to get, oh yeah, this is a perfect time for, see, I told you woman bad, or see, look, men always messing everything up. Like, and that's just like counterproductive, bro. Like what are we working towards here with these things? Like what are you proving on this never-ending internet war between the gender of male and female? Like, what are we achieving here? So I don't know. I think that's something that kind of needs to be at least acknowledged of what it is when you see the commentary online and stuff like that. Of like, okay, for some people, they just want to get off their gender war takes. They're just mad at men, or they're just mad at women, and this is the perfect opportunity to get their takes off about it. And then I also, like I said, on the side of DDG fans and stuff like that, going crazy on Halle, like DDG 5, DDG 7, yeah, DDG, we did it, woo woo, like free Halo, yeah, we're gonna get us like all that stuff. It's like, bro, the girl obviously, you know what I'm saying, the young woman, excuse me, Halle obviously has, you know what I'm saying, she's battling stuff internally, like mental health is real, like she's dealing with this stuff, bro, like, and it's real. Why would you want to, you know what I'm saying, like, because she initially said in the initial report that like his fans were harassing and bullying her, and the example she used wasn't really like bullying or harassing her, but the stuff that I seen today was cruel, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, it was some cruel stuff to her. And like I said, I'm not dismissing the stuff that she was accused of doing to DDG as well, because DDG had that deep cut in his hand, and that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? And she was allegedly, you know what I mean, with his piece and things of that sort. That's, I mean, like he could have been terrified or fearful for his life or fearful for his son's life, whatever the case might have been. So that's that as well. But at the same time, we got to get back to the point where what I was making the whole time, right? Point I'm making the whole time on both sides. If y'all knew folks was toxic and folks was not good and folks was dangerous and folks was on and off, hot and cold and things of that sort, and you knew the situation was no longer healthy, why are you going to the crib to pick up your son? Y'all can't even speak to each other one-on-one. You got to have a middleman, a mediator. You got to have your mom text her and speak to her. Oh yeah, he's going to come over on Thursday at 1 and pick his son up and come back to the house and this and that. Why were you not like, dang, we can't even text without having an argument? You know what? Let me just have my mom come and pick him up, and we not even going to have that, kind of chance for, because now half of these blow-ups and situations that y'all talking about come from when y'all meeting up to exchange the baby, drop off or pick up the baby. And it's like, bro, like, I think that was a mistake. I think it was a mistake for y'all, even like y'all knew y'all the red flags that y'all had with the arguing and everything. But that ain't none of my business. That's y'all business. That's y'all personal business. Why y'all want to stay together. If anything, I think, you know what I'm saying, DDG has to take some accountability as well. Excuse me. excuse me, Halle has to take accountability because she isn't innocent. Excuse me. It's not like she was just doing nothing and here comes this evil man to ruin her life. Like, no, like both of y'all was riling each other up. At the same time, DDG as a man has to know that it's not fair historically with men in custody battles and in court and things of that sort. And so with that, you have to be on your best behavior and move with the best judgment. I feel like since the first restraining order came out, the temporary restraining order came out and went public straight to the media, it had strict restrictions, bro. It was like, don't bring up the son, don't bring up her, don't bring any of that up on stream. Don't have your fan base talk about her and attack. And like for the past couple weeks, ever since then, he been doing a lot of slick little subliminal kind of messages and stuff like that. And the people around him, like his whole circle, has been like a little more direct with it. And it was right after that temporary restraining order told you, don't do this, and don't do that. And he did all of it. Like him and his homeboys. And you just got to move smarter because people were like, man, the situation at DreamCon, it ain't got nothing to do with the court case. Well, see, in court, why would you even want to try? Why would you even want to try to judge like that of like, oh man, this is gonna happen? Why would you even want to try to judge like that to see if the judge is going? Man, you talking about in court? In court, you can't even say certain things. You can't even look at the judge a certain way. They think you being disrespectful. Okay, oh, you want to be disrespectful? You want to talk back? I'm gonna I add this to your sentence for so and so. And you know what I'm saying? I'll say all this to say you want to be on your best behavior publicly, especially after, you know what I'm saying, she kind of did this, because you look at it, Your Honor, look at the behavior even after she brought this up to the millions of people on Team Z and everything. My client still only protected her, only showed her love, only showed her grace publicly, and he never threw her under the bus. Like all that stuff, except for that one time, because he did one weekend throw her under the bus and everything like that on stream. And that was out of pocket and that was crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like he hasn't been moving the best way. And that's why, allegedly, I guess apparently, the temporary restraining order will maintain until a couple weeks later at the next court date. I don't think it's necessarily just because the judge isn't believing or buying what DDG presented with him and his lawyers and his legal team coming up with 120 pages to Halle and things of that sort of like the alleged violence that she had towards him. But just because, you've been moving kind of like so much kind of just assuredness that you're just going to win this case. You know what I'm saying? That you're just going to get what you want. And and the arrogance here is kind of crazy. Like, so yeah. Anyway, let me hear this. DDG's mom, Tanya, made a statement. Tanya Granberry declares and states that I'm the mother of Dwayne Granberry, the respondent in the re-entitled matter. I make this declaration based on my personal knowledge as I called as a witness. I would testify completely to the facts stated within. I reside in Los Angeles County, California. I'm closely involved in my son's life as my fiance, George Charleston, who also serves as my son's driver. Both George and I were involved in identifying and locating multiple Apple AirTags that were secretly placed in Daryl's vehicles. The first AirTag was discovered in June 2023 and Daryl's Maybach. Daryl called me in the night and stating that a petitioner, Halle Bailey, had shown up uninvited to the movie theater in Beverly Hills where he was attending a film with a female friend. A petitioner called me directly that night, angrily stating that she knew Daryl was at the movies and made threats to F him up. George and I drove to the theater out of concern for Daryl's safety. When we arrived, we saw Halle outside of the theater, visibly upset and attempting to confront and physically fight the woman he was with. I personally intervened to help de-escalate the situation. A fourth AirTag was found. Wow. April 2024, after the birth of Daryl's son, Halo. I personally found this device inside the baby's diaper bag, hidden underneath the internal cardboard lining. This device was a different model, one commonly marketed. Uh, for use with pets. I took a photograph of this AirTag, which is attached in the declaration of Exhibit C. Each of these discoveries involved Daryl, George, and me working together to locate the devices. George would receive alerts, and we would search the vehicles until the AirTags were physically recovered. In January 2025, George and I moved into Daryl's home. While helping clean and organize the home, I discovered a box of unused Apple AirTags in the drawer in Daryl's bedroom. These had been left behind by Halle, who had lived in the home on and off both before and during her pregnancy. She moved out shortly after the baby was born. Okay, what do I want to say to this? It ain't none of my business, bro. But oh wow, this is a lot. Wow. Yeah, DDG ain't say none of this. He ain't say none of this. He ain't say directly, at least. That is something that you can't say. That's a lot, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. DDG restraining order summarized. DDG claims relationships deteriorated into volatile arguments, threats, and physical altercations, fueled by Halle's jealousy and fixation on past relationships. Grammy Week 2022. Halle allegedly texted another man at 2 a.m. after fighting over DDG's platonic text with an ex. Oh, she talking about Ruby Rose. Threats to self-harm. I have a knife. I want to, because of you, I'm myself tonight, and my son won't be around for it. DDG discovered Halle took abortion pills in June. I don't know if I can say that word on here. June 2023, after agreeing to co-parent. She then allegedly threatened reconcile or I'll abort the baby. Apple AirTags hidden in DDG's Rolls Royce, Maybach, and Escalade under the seats, and then vitamin bottles, baby Halo cyber bag, and the little pet tracking AirTag. Movie theater ambush. Halle allegedly used the tracking to confront DDG at a theater, screamed "F you." Oh wow! And then tried to attack his female friend. Hey, wow. Wow, she said whoever I have a baby with, we together forever. Whoever I'm with, we forever. She said that on them little Instagram lives, boy. She said that. Hey, car attack audio transcript. My thing is, bro. I don't want to speak on nobody else's relationship, bro. It's none of my business. It's none of my business. Car attack audio transcript captures Halle hitting DDG while he drove with baby Halo. You stupid, keep hitting me. Get the F out of my car. Custody exchange. Halle allegedly punched DDG in the backseat during the pickup, then claimed he slammed her head into the steering wheel, withholding access. DDG claims Halle blocked him when he refused demands. She changed custody plans without notice as punishment, using Halo's leverage. Text showing Halle threatening, "I'll give you your son. I don't want him around me like this during a mental health crisis." Theft. Halle allegedly took during the argument, went outside with it. DDG's driver, George, retrieved it. She said, "I have a knife. I have your thing." Laptop sabotage. Halle texted, "Your computer is broken now. Goodbye." After finding DDG with the female friend, Exhibit 1. DDG claims this destroyed unreleased music projects worth significant financial harm. All right. Someone said, unreleased words and digits, you wear your last off and went triple cardboard. Chill. If anything, she saved you money, one embarrassment. You fumbled big time and now you're crashing out. Now your child will see in public record their dad being an absolute. Okay. All right. They went kind of OD with the last part of the comment. They could have just laughed at the worth significant money. By the way, the joint was blame the chat. Blame the chat made some progress. Blame the chat made some progress, bro. I think DDG has an obvious talent with music and things of that sort. Like he's obviously talented with his how he could do melodies and how he could rap and bars and stuff. Thing is, like the subject matter, bro. Like a lot of time he just talk about flexing and money and this and that, and that's cool. But it's like if you want to be considered one of the greats, bro, you gotta change the subject matter. Start telling stories. You know what I mean? Like you got a story. You're literally DDG, bro. Like tell a story about it. You have a whole generation of kids inspired by you. You know what I mean? Like speak about that. That's how I feel. Not being at the end of the day, yeah, I feel like this. Not being a baby daddy greater than. Yeah, so 100%. I'm rocking with Brody. I'm rocking with Brody for sure. Good day to not have any kids, bro. I'll tell you that. She clocked it. He had since May 13th to file immediate relief if he genuinely felt she was dangerous. Instead, he waited until the very last minute to throw off the hearing and has been ignoring her attorney's efforts to contact him. He also refuses to see his own son. But why would he? But why would he talk to the attorney before their court date? Like why would he do that? He'd probably talk to his lawyer, right, and be like, "Should I pick up the phone?" Or there'll probably be like no communication with her, because that's usually how it is and stuff like this. It's like, don't communicate with them at all. Halle Bailey declared on the petitioner of the DV case, responded to the other one filed by DDG. Excuse me. Have personal knowledge of facts that I say below, and if I were to be called as a witness, I could competently testify to what I written in this declaration. It shows there are true, correct copies of the identified document and are incorporated by reference at the place indicated at the exhibit letter. I submit this declaration in opposition to the records to the request of DV restraining order filed by DDG Darrow. I'm requesting the court to deny Darrow's request. Instead, I request the court grant me permission to take our son out of the country to perform my employment duties, act in the movie. I also request orders to stop Darrow personally, and that he instruct his family and friends to stop posting about our son, this litigation, and me on all platforms discussed below. This is what she said in the first scene. And like, literally, his whole crew just kept talking about her and kept, man, this girl, man, we're gonna see the. I'm like, bro, why is y'all talking? Like, the whole 52 pages was like, don't even look Halo's way on the internet and say, don't even use the word H. Don't even use the letter H in it. And what they do, man, y'all gonna see that girl Halle lying, man, and just kept doing it over and over, nonstop. Ever since she put in this order, that was like a month ago, or at least 2-3 weeks ago. I can't keep track, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just won't adhere to the temporary restraining order, and I think that's why it's being extended. It's not being extended because she don't believe that DDG won't cut up and that this girl is like, you know what I mean? So anyway. I want to point out that Darrow has requested an order blocking me from traveling for my son for my next scheduled work month, and he waited until June 4th, the day of, to ask for custody orders, although he and his attorneys have ignored all my attorney's efforts to have him monitored visits with our son since the issuance of the temporary restraining order on May 13th, 2025. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. If you put a restraining order on me, and then have your attorneys and your people call my attorneys and my people to drop off the son, we literally in a legal battle about said son. Why would I want to, man, anything, I ain't gonna lie, anything he would have done or used again would have been used again, you know, the words and stuff like that. Anything he could have done could have been used against him. Like, she had like the fact that, oh, Darrow don't even take care of the kid most of the time. When he over at his house, is his mom taking care of the kid? Like his grandma? Like, I see this one, I get, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I get every single one of these counters. I get, bro. Like, why would you interact with the people that's suing you right now, or like have a restraining order against you? His legal team probably said, "Don't answer nothing. I know you want to see your kid. I know you don't answer nothing. Don't speak about nothing." Da 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 da. At least they did that right, bro. In my opinion, I feel like they did that right. Daryl has exaggerated, lied, and misconstrued for the court, constructed for the court not only our history, the history of our relationship, but our parenting and my mental health. There's no doubt I am emotionally devastated, and I was emotionally devastated in 2022 and 2023 by his behavior and ongoing abuse. I've been very vocal about my anxiety, depression, and previous thoughts of unaliving myself without waiving the psychologist patient's privilege and physician patient's privilege. I reached out to my doctor and received the treatment to address these issues. I have been and remain 100% available and capable as a parent to our son, Halo. Had Daryl been concerned about my parenting, he would have taken action prior to this time. He has never sought custody orders to any orders protecting Halo until today. And the day that my DV was set. Excuse me. He said he didn't want to go to court for it. He's been said that though. Halle also points out that DDG waited until today, June 4th, to file a request to block her from traveling new custody orders when he and his attorneys ignored all her requests. Yeah. I mean, that I get. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a bean. What's next? Is that it? Oh, praise God. We have gotten through. That is it for Halle and DDG with this episode and things of that sort. Like I said, Jimmy Atchison, new video on my page right now. Y'all make sure y'all go check it out, bro. Jimmy Atchison, man. It came out today. It has 11 views. Oh no, it has 21 views. I laughed about Duke Dennis' little situation, talking about his baby moms and the baby mom responding. It's got like 2,000 and a half views in the same span of Jimmy Atchison. Y'all watch the Jimmy Atchison, bro. If you want less, oh man, we talk about something constructive in the black community. I feel like this was something constructive in the black community. It's sad, yes, but it's real. And it, I put a lot of time into it. Watch the Jimmy Atchison video. But yeah, in terms of this Halle and DDG thing, once again, my stance is kind of been the same the entire time. I pray for both parties. For Halle, being from where I'm from, same county and things of that sort. I always root for her. I believe Halle is a true treasure to the culture, her talent through acting and music. I love Chloe and Halle's Ungodly album, Ungodly Hour album from, I think it got us through the lockdown a lot of times and stuff like that. I like the song Tipsy and all the different things on that album. I think she's extremely talented. I loved Grownish. And I was very excited that she was in Color Purple and The Little Mermaid. And we should cherish and appreciate her. And we should take mental health seriously because we always talk about mental health. But as soon as someone shows signs of that they have battles with their mental health, then we make fun of it and we kind of dismiss it and we just call people crazy. I think it needs to be taken seriously. So definitely prayers up to Halle on that. On DDG's end, prayers up to him for he's fighting for the ability to see his son. At the end of the day, he's fighting for the ability to be able to see his son for the next 17 years of his son's life. And that a supervised 6 hours restricted a week, but a real genuine connection with his son, seeing his son in person and spending that time with them. So I pray for DDG on that, that he kind of gets the result he wants from that, or as close as a result he can get from that. Ugly situation. No one wins. Halo's the loser, and people should stop using this particular story to get off their takes and their agendas in the hypothetical or constant online gender war. Here we go. Next thing next, man. Next thing next. We got the Wire star, Trey Chaney. Y'all remember we did this video a couple weeks ago? If you don't, let me remind you. The Wire actor Trey Chaney says his son is out of ICU after being thrown 300 feet by a tornado. He is stable. Y'all give it up. W's. This was written by Kimberly Speakman. People and things of that sort. So here we go. The Wire actor Trey Chaney says his son is on the mend after being seriously injured by a tornado that ravaged their Georgia home on May 29th. Chaney played Malik Poot Carr on the acclaimed HBO television series. He shared an update on the health of the 19-year-old Malachi in an interview with TMZ and revealed that his condition has improved after being initially put into intensive care unit (ICU). I'm proud to announce that Malachi is in stable condition, and after spending 6 days in ICU, he's now moved to a regular room. Big W's, big W's, Cheney told the outlet. Malachi is stable, he added, but it's going to be a long journey and a long road to recovery. We're not out the hospital, 100%, 100%, but we're glad that he's good, man. Malachi, oh, that's it? That's the end of the, oh, no. Cheney explained to TMZ that his son had broken ribs, every bone in his face were fractured, and the cuts all over his body, and was on several medications. He also said Malachi's legs were only part that had been uninjured since he was wearing sweatpants. Shout out W Sweatpants. The actor previously shared in an Instagram post on Thursday that his son was thrown about 300 feet from his room and was later found in the woods behind my house. Lord bless it. Cheney shared that he himself was knocked unconscious by the storm, and he woke up on the ground sometime afterward with an injury to his head. We went through war with the tornado, he told TMZ. The rough part was watching Malachi be stable and respond the best way he can. And every single day, he doesn't know what happened. Jeez Louise. Cheney also shared that he had been in bed when the tornado struck, and he recalled hearing a sound that was like a train coming towards him before his home in Henry County was torn apart. I just remember turning to the right, and my walls, my TV, dresser, and my bed were all turned upside down, and I levitated in the air, the actor said while getting emotional. I just remember covering my face and my arms like this, yelling my son's name out. The next thing Cheney remembered was waking up with mud in the mud, with parts of his home strewn on top of him, and a couple of neighbors went to assist him. He shared on Instagram that he was able to find his phone in working condition, but everything else in his home was gone. As for now, Cheney told TMZ that he and his family are taking things one step at a time. It's only 6 days. Me, my wife Aisha, and our son Malachi, we've got a long way. We've got a long lifetime to go because I don't know what's coming, and I'm not trying to figure that out. Man, first of all, W News, bro. W News. Feel good news. I'm glad that he's back on his feet. Definitely your son, your seed. You don't want anything bad to happen to him and things of that sort. So, yeah. Best of luck to Trey. No. Malachi bouncing back, and prayers up to Trey and his wife, the whole family and stuff like that as they go through this time of rebuilding and reconstructing their lives as well, and health and stuff like that. But man, God bless, bro. God bless for sure. And then King of the Hill to wrap up, man. We easing back into things. So apparently King of the Hill creators broke their silence about the alleged homophobic unaliving of Jonathan Joss. Just 2 days before his unaliving, the actor was escorted out while sitting in the audience of their ATX TV panel, a panel he wasn't invited to, despite being a part of the show's revival. All right, King of the Hill. Rest in peace, Jonathan Joss. Jonathan brought King of the Hill's John Redcorn to life for over a dozen seasons, including the upcoming revival. His voice will be missed at King of the Hill, and we extend our deepest condolences to Jonathan's friends and family, Mike Judge, Greg Daniels, and Saladin Patterson. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. That's a weak tribute, bro. Yeah, y'all been writing you mean to tell me you've been writing a TV show? King of the Hill been on since I was like 12. They said this man been on for more than a dozen years. King of the Hill been on since it might have been on as long as The Simpsons was my whole life. It's been on that long. Y'all got all them TV writers in the room for a show that's been on the air that long. And this is what you come up with? Rest in peace, bro. Hey, did you know this dude played the character even though you've seen it in every headline of every website for the past 2 days? But anyways, we're going to tell you. Did you know that he played this character on our TV show? Did we tell you that we have a TV show? Forget the fact that the name of the Instagram is King of the Hill. I'm going to tell you something. King of the Hill had an actor, right? His name was Jonathan Joss. He brought the character John Redcorn to. Of course, everybody knows. Everybody's been watching this page to see what you're gonna say, bro. That's what you gotta say. We'll miss his contributions. Thank you for your service. We will be hiring next. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, bro. Let me see this TikTok.
And just like that, I am not watching King of the Hill because why would you, the creators of this show, dismiss your actor?
I wasn't watching King of the Hill to begin with, bro. I'm not even wrong. Out like I'm making a statement, then I'm missing my viewership because I was never watching him.
After he tells you he's a victim of arson.
My house burned down
What?
3 months ago. Because I'm gay. I've had a couple loves in my life. And Snipe, you guys wrote an episode where I had an older lady. Hey, Johnny, you know, maybe we can bump right now. I was just, what? You're doing the same thing, sir. But mine's full of emotion and real. I'm just saying that for Johnny, he gave you guys a character because he is that character. Yeah. He is that person.
This is Jonathan Joss, the voice of John Redcorn.
So, I'll shut up.
All right, well, again, shout out to Johnny and also to Fal'jae. But again, to Luann and Lucky, how are you?
And let me give you a little backstory about this event. So this was a showing of The King of the Hill while the creators and some of the cast members sat down to take a Q&A from the audience. Jonathan Joss, who did not appear on stage but did appear in the crowd, stood up before the Q&A was to begin and gave a heartfelt speech about how he was a victim of arson because of homophobia. And seemingly, everybody on the stage just dismisses him while the crowd begins to laugh at certain points of his speech. And because he was disheartened, Jonathan Joss walks off. And just to rewind a couple of months, Jonathan Joss, when he spoke at that King of the Hill event, stated that he was a victim of arson sometime around February, which all ties together around that shooting. So according to Jonathan's husband, he stated that Jonathan went back to the home that was arsoned that ended up killing their 3 dogs to check the mail. His husband goes on to state that after 2 years of threats from people in the area who repeatedly told us that they would set their house on fire, they stated that they reported the threats to law enforcement and nothing was done. His husband goes on to state that when Jonathan returned to the home to check the mail, he saw one of the skulls of their dogs that was burned in the house, and he had an emotional breakdown. His husband continues to say that while he was crying and in distress, one of the neighbors, and let me show you his mugshot here. He goes by the name of Sigfredo Alvarez, who is currently in custody. Well, apparently he saw Jonathan having this emotional breakdown, began to yell homophobic slurs, and then this is when he shot him. His husband goes on to say that when the altercation occurred,
It's hateful, bro.
between Alvarez and Jonathan, which again, I didn't know Jonathan's husband was there too as well, checking the mail. He stated that Jonathan pushed him out of the way and ultimately saved his life. Now, Tristan, Jonathan's husband, stated that he's going to carry him saving his life forward and he will protect everything that Jonathan had built. Now, as for the creators of King of the Hill dismissing Jonathan as he was telling that emotional testimony about his house burning down, I got no words for them. And as far as that reboot, they can count me out because I'm definitely not watching it after witnessing this.
Yeah, man. So first thing I want to say, as always, or right now in particular, it is June. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And it's also Black Music Month, and it's also Pride Month. And you know what I'm saying? So first of all, I definitely want to quote Ray J and say, shout out to all my gay hitters, you know what I mean? But anyways, seriously, on a serious note, homophobia isn't cool, and violent, hateful acts out of like just pure hate. I know I just said hate, but violent acts out of just pure spite, it's dumb, pointless, because like I just never understood acts of hate, right? It's like in dating, right? Dating violence and things of that sort. This girl says she don't want to date you, or she don't want to see you anymore, or she cheated on you. So your thought is, let me unalive said person. You unalive them. Situation ain't changed. She still don't want you. She still no longer want to be with you. And she still went with somebody else. She still cheated on you, bro. The facts ain't gonna change just because you unalive the person. And now you in a whirlwind of trouble, and you got to live with the consequences on your conscience for the rest of your life. It's not worth it. The thing, so I bring this over to Pride, right, in the LGBTQ community, LGBTQ plus community. Let me throw some respect on their name. Like this whole thing of like gay kids growing up, particularly gay men, like they have to like fight. Like you got to like fight on a schoolyard. You got to fight at recess. You got to fight on the playground. You got to fight at PE. You got to fight at the bus stop. You got to fight on the bus. You got to fight when you get off the bus. Like you got to fight when you get home. Like that's just kids growing up. And then when you're older, you got to deal with like weird looks and this and that. And, you know, comments, side comments, slick comments, everything. People like telling you that you're going to hell. Everything. Like, it's a lot that gay people have to go through just to be gay, bro. And I'm saying all this to say, you beating up a gay person, you can't beat the gay out of somebody. Like you gonna beat them up, they gonna get up, dust themselves off, and guess what? They still gonna be gay. Like so, it's pointless. It's pointless, hateful behavior, and it's stupid. And also like gay people can fight, so stop trying to fight gay people as well. Stop trying to fight people, period. But gay folks can fight. You won't try to fight a gay person, they gonna the way Doug did the boy at DreamCon, anyways. But yeah, man, hate is wrong. Hate is stupid. It solves no purpose. Violence, active hate doesn't change the reality of the situation, and you just get yourself and everybody else into a whole lot of trouble. It's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, racist people who think they can get one race off the earth by themselves. Let me tell you something. Spoiler alert. No, you cannot. So don't even try to even get started because you ain't gonna get nowhere. You ain't gonna get nowhere, bro. You can't do the whole race, not the whole race on the planet. It's just not possible. So the same thing here with homophobics, right? Oh, I'm gonna get all of them off the planet. Be just a better world without them. First of all, folks is not bothering you. That's another thing about it. Like what another man decided to do and choose to do in the comfort of his own home and his own bed ain't got nothing to do with me and ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. Why is you sweating it? Yeah, so I guess that was my Pride Month rant of the year. And also, if you claim you love Jesus Christ loves everybody. Jesus Christ loves gay people. He loves straight people. He loves black people. He loves white people. He loves Asians. He loves Hispanics. He loves pansexuals. He loves everybody, bro. He loves gingers. He loves everybody, though. You know what I mean? So it's like for you to say, I'm a follower of Christ and I want to get these people off my land and off my so-and-so, you're not being a true follower and a representative of Christ, my brother. You just being a hateful, mean old person or young person, spiteful, projecting all your insecurities on other people. So that's my little pride rant. I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. Once again, June, Black Music Month, June, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Salute to Dax. Dax had an amazing freestyle on men's mental health that he released. I don't know if he released it the 1st of June, but it's a dope freestyle. Someone sent it to me today, and then I seen it pop up again. Shout out to Dax for hip hop, using it as a vehicle to create something that's bigger than music. It's a beautiful thing to see. And then, of course, Pride Month is always like, don't be hating on gay people, bro. It costs $0 and $0 to not hate on somebody. Keep your mouth shut and not hate somebody, bro. Let gay people, you know what I'm saying? Like, if people want to be gay on this side over here, if people want to be gay or whatever, bro, you can't control no other whole grown adult human, bro. People gonna be what they want to be, bro. It just is what it is. It just is what it is, dog. What you gonna do about it, bro? Like this whole cat thing is so dumb, bro. Because it's like, man, he's so zazzy. he's so soft and he just pranced around on the court and he this and that. What does it matter if Cat give you 30 and 10 and then goes home to his girlfriend? What does it matter to you that he looked a little quote unquote zesty while doing it? It's just so stupid, bro. There's so many dumb things. Like, once again, I'm gonna plug this again. I'm gonna plug it every single chance I get, especially tonight. Y'all make sure y'all go to the channel, watch and support the Jimmy Atchison video that I just put up earlier today. It's 15 minutes. It's currently got 21 views. I feel like it's some of my best work that I've done yet. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. But I bring that up because we have real issues and real things going on to think about, to ponder about. And you worried about what another man is doing. To me, that sound gay. Ooh, we talking now. Why are you worried about or what another man is doing in his bedroom? I might have just said something. I'm thinking tonight. I ain't even gonna preach to y'all too much. It is what it is, man. Y'all be good. Y'all be safe this summer. Y'all stay cool. Y'all stay hydrated. All those good things. Take care of your skin. Drink your water. And it's all. I don't know. Is that it? And as always, if nobody else told you that they care for you today, let me tell you. Look, viewer, I care for you. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing morning. Have an amazing noon. Have an amazing afternoon. Have an amazing evening. Have an amazing night. And until next time, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.